Hey guys, Grimmy here with another video review, and today we're looking at the final piece of the Voltron set for Matty Collector. The Voltron Classics, Black Lion, and Keith. Now this is the final piece of that 23-inch Voltron. So it's the biggest one we got, and yeah, it's huge. I mean, it is really huge. I see. Here's Blur, a rather tall deluxe class Transformers figure, and he's only that little high. So yeah, this is going to be a big one. But anyway, let's get to the packaging. Started with Keith. Standard Voltron Classics box, the same thing we got with everybody else. Done in black because he's the pilot of the Black Lion. And you can see a nice image of Keith. Looks like it was right out of the cartoon. You have Keith here with the mullet head and his helmeted head and his Black Lion key. On the back you have a nice image of the toy with the helmeted head on. Image telling you which piece of the Collect and Connect Blazing Sword is included. How the Lion King can be a stand. How he fits into the Black Lion. And a little bio telling you how he pilots the Black Lion. Now, speaking of the Black Lion, it is packaged in this nice big window box. And I mean big. This is definitely double the size of the blue and yellow lions. And on the front you've got a clear view of Black Lion in a running pose. And behind him you can see his lion sword. And the backdrop is a nice little image of the castle at night. Since on TV series he's perched up at the very front gate of the Castle of Lions. You got the foil lettering here, along with an image of the lion, his name. And yeah, on the back, another image of the Black Lion. How he works with Keith. The instant transform features, including how he transforms into Voltron's head. And a little bio for Keith and the Black Lion and how they work together. And of course, an image of how he fits into Voltron mode. So, enough jawing. Let's get this guy out and take a look. Alright, now that we got Keith opened up and ready to go, let's have a quick look at him. As you can see, much like the other Voltron figures, the helmet, it is kind of possible to get it off the helmeted head. There's a bit of glue, but not a whole lot, at least for mine. So it is possible, so you can actually pose him holding his helmet. Do so at your own risk if you want to try to take it off, because there is a chance that you can wreck the helmeted head. But I think the appearance is worthwhile. But anyway, yep, it's your standard Voltron figure, same body as Sven and Lance, with a nice sculpt for Keith's head. It's actually pretty accurate to the TV show, although it could stand a little bit of a wash just to bring out some of the details, like the lips. But other than that, it's pretty good, and it matches up well with the other figures. Paint details done pretty nicely. Got the Voltron crest. One of the little circles on mine, it does look like they missed a little bit on the little circle, because there's like a little bit of sculpted detail that kind of looks like it was supposed to go over but missed a bit. But you know, that might just be mine. Paint job is nice mostly. I got a little black splotch on my belt buckle, but not complaining too much about it. But all in all, it's pretty decent. Articulation is the same as all the other Voltron figures. You got right, left twist at the head, elbows, like on the ball jointed shoulders, elbows, twist at the elbow, twist at the waist, forward back movement from up here to here, moves out, really good distance, slight knee bend, not a whole lot, turns at the knee, and that's about it. All in all, it's pretty good. Now, like the others, he comes with the lion key stand and a piece of the Collect and Connect blazing sword, the very tip, which I actually have attached to the rest of the sword right now. As you can see, it's a nice well painted sword with translucent yellow plastic for the flame effect. You can even see Keith through the flame effect on this one. And it also includes another one of these stands. Now, about the stand, once you get it together, it's not coming apart unless you do a little modification. See, mine came apart, but that's because I pretty much chipped off a good bit of the connection bit. You can do this with like a nail clipper or an X-Acto knife or just a file. I think a nail clipper works best, but once you get that thing removed, it's easy enough to just pull it back and push it into place. And then you can just pull it up and out. Thanks to JT Mitchell for showing that on his video review for this. I thought it was worthwhile to show. Anyway, we'll get more into the blazing sword with Voltron. And now Keith also includes his helmeted head, which looks pretty good. It's done well as always. Ooh, got in a little too close. Yeah, but as you can see, the helmet just goes right onto that head very well. And it's a very nice looking sculpt. I mean, very show accurate. And I like it a lot. But since this is a team effort, let's get the rest of the team in the shot. You know, it's nice to have the whole team together. I mean, even you got Sven now. So yeah, and Keith looks pretty good with the rest of the crew, and having all 6 of these guys together is a real treat. And yep, you got Lance, Sven, Alora, Keith, Hunk, and Pidge. As you can see, they're all scaled to size, so it's pretty accurate on the scale, which I thought was a great job by Mattel. Some of the paint apps could have been better, and articulation could have been done better. But other than that, these are great to have. I mean, and since they're such small figures, even the articulation issues aren't that big. But yeah, having them all, great thing to have. But before we get on to the next segment, just have a quick look at Keith with his panache place. Get these backed up a little bit. The panache place. Vintage Keith, and then Trendmaster's Third Dimension Keith. And we'll just quickly swap Keith's head. You can really see the changes that have gone over the years for Keith. I mean, most significantly from like the classics and the Third Dimension, where they look almost like 2 different people. But yeah, it's definitely worthwhile to have Keith. I would recommend him, and you'll see that I also recommend the Lion. Speaking of, let's get to him. Okay, before we actually get to the Lion, I thought it'd be fun to do a little what if. This time being, what if they decided to actually put the correct color uniforms to the Lions for Lance, Keith, and Sven. And since they use the same buck, it's easy enough to switch the heads around to actually get an idea on how that would go. Honestly, it could go pretty well. I mean, they definitely look like the characters, and quick wardrobe change doesn't really do much, but all in fun. Get the other guys here who still have the helmets on, but yeah, here's what they would look like if they went all Power Ranger. Okay, now let's get to the Lion, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we got the Black Lion here, and first thing I've got to tell you, he's huge. I mean, he is just huge. Size comparison right off the bat. Fans Project Bruticus. Wow. I mean, yeah, just wow. That Black Lion is that big. I mean, it's just gigantic. I mean, Bruticus here is pretty much a leader class sized figure, and the Lion just goes right up to his waist when it's on all fours. So yeah, he's a big one. But anyway, it's a beautifully sculpted figure. I mean, all around, it is just gorgeous. See, he's got the face done so well. And his jaw is spring-loaded just due to the action features. But yeah, he's got the lion chest. I mean, Voltron's gonna look great. So for articulation, he's got the swivel at the head. He's got a couple clicks at the legs, but they can only, once they get back here, they spring-loaded kicks in. He's got couple bends at the elbow, but again, once it gets to this point, the spring-loaded feature gets in. He has ratchets at the feet and the back legs. Very tight ratchet joints here. But since these are Voltron's legs, they gotta be. In, out. And thigh swivel. Ratchets at the knee. And ratchets at the paw. And he's also got quite a few articulation joints at the tail. So you can actually turn it around and use it as a laser. And he's also got wing articulation, naturally. So you can actually have him extend his wings. Yeah, but he is very impressive. His accessories naturally include his lion sword, which just fits right in his mouth. That just looks pretty nice. He also includes the blazing sword, like the regular version, and the shield. And the shield's made of like a soft rubber, so be careful of it warping. Now the accessories are actually in the cardboard insert that the Black Lion comes with, hidden right in the compartment below the Black Lion. So when you do undo the twist ties and stuff at the bottom, that's where you find it. Yeah, just open up the bottom of the insert and you should find them. You do gotta assemble the sword. The hilt and wrist guard are separate pieces from the blade. And it also comes with a pair of stands for the standard sword. Now, one moment, I'll have some comparisons for you. Alright, now we got the Black Lion with his, I guess, ancestors. We got the Trendmasters reissue of the original Bandai Black Lion. The Masterpiece Plastic Edition Black Lion by Toonami. And of course the Panache Place Vintage Black Lion. As you can see, Mattel's Black Lion dwarfs them all. I mean, he's just that huge. Makes the other three look like little kittens. But yeah. I mean, it's definitely a lot bigger. For detail though, I gotta give the nod to the Masterpiece. It's just a little bit more detailed, a little more fleshed out. Although it could stand to borrow a few things from the Mattel one too. Mainly the white on the wingtips. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty impressive to have these all together. One last feature with the Black Lion, I almost forgot to tell you, even though we've seen it with every other lion, is that you got the opening cockpit. As you can see, it's easier to move my camera than actually move the thing. You got the stickers. The seat looks really good. And you even got the sticker for the front view screen. Now, like any of the others, you can take your pilot action figure, and he'll just sit right in there all nice and comfy, and then you can just close it up, and voila, there he goes. Okay, I'm going to save all the transformation stuff for when we get to the Voltron review. But anyway, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this little review, and be sure to keep an eye on my channel for the review of Voltron himself. And if you have anything to say, feel free to comment. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.